Spencer were both probable with hamstring injuries of their own. They're both in the starting 11 for the visitors.
Luke Spencer in particular is a big addition for them. He's been a goal scorer. He's a big physical player who makes a big impact on every game. He's got the captain's armband tonight, so I know that they're excited to see him back in the lineup.
Also very excited to see Ben Lute as well in goal. They have played 3 different goalkeepers, has Louisville City so far this year. They've signed 5 different ones. That's an anomaly of epic proportions at this level.
Don't expect to see a team with 5 goalkeepers at this level, but that's been their situation. They've had injuries. They've had to find ways to overcome it. They've made their way through. Having Ben Lunt back in goal certainly is a big step forward for this team.
It was Brian Holt who started the Monday night contest in Kansas City. The 3-2 loss Louisville City suffered at the hands of Swope Park Rangers, as both sides have made their way out to the midfield stripe. National anthem is already completed, so we should be fairly close to getting kickoff going. We were quoted 7:14. We're going to be just a couple of minutes behind that. We'll take it because the Storms about an hour ago did not look like we were going to come close to our projected start time of 7 o'clock Central.
This has been a pretty quick turnaround from the weather we had and clearing the stadium. All of a sudden, everybody's back on the field and ready to go. Players are looking pretty excited, and I know the fans are ready to watch as well.
Both sides getting ready to go, getting stretched out. There you get a look at Birmingham Legion on your screen. Kyle Culbertson is the first choice left back. He is in the starting 11, along with Zach Arivo, Mathieu Laurent, and Gail Mabiala will be the defensemen for Birmingham Legion tonight. The midfield occupied by Eric Avila, Daniel Johnson, Prosper Kasim, and Daigo Kobayashi. There's one of the first choice forwards. Chandler Hoffman will wear the captain's armband for Legion. He's joined by J.J. Williams. The new loaner from Columbus Crew is back for his second appearance for Birmingham Legion, a huge addition to the front line.
Yeah, I know everybody's excited to have JJ back on the field. In his one match with the team so far, he scored twice, had a big match. He's a big player and a big-time player. No question he'll have an impact on today's game.
On the other side, there you see Louisville City. It's Ben Lunt in goal, as we mentioned. Francis, Craig, Swahi, and Jimenez are the back line in front of him. Devin Speedy Williams, Magnus Rasmussen, Napo Masoso, and George Davis are the midfielders. And then up front, it's the captain, Luke Spencer, to go along with Lucky M. Kosana. So they quote really a 4-4-2 does Louisville City. There's head coach Tom Sohn in his first season, of course, the home of this expansion side. Birmingham Legion at 52 years of age. Came over from Columbus Crew, but is best known for his stint at the helm of DC United, where he won a Supporters Shield and a U.S. Open Cup. On the other side of things, John Hackworth occupies the opposite touchline. We'll get to him in a moment. The second-year man and the 49-year-old former U.S. U17 head coach, was a former head coach at the helm of Philadelphia Union in the MLS. He took over this club in August of 2018, and all he did was help the team finish 9-2 en route to their second straight USL Cup.
Both coaches have a lot of experience and have had a lot of success. The last match we saw between these two teams was really exciting, 3-2 with comebacks for each team during that match. I expect us to see some more fireworks today.
Matt Franz is our official in the middle. The Richmond, Virginia native gets his 6th head referee assignment in the USL Championship in 2019. He reffed Louisville City and North Carolina FC all the way back in match day number 1 of this USL Championship. That match finished 4-1 North Carolina. So far in 5 matches, Franz has given out 14 yellow cards and 1 PK as well. Just about ready to go from the south side of downtown Birmingham tonight. Attack black kits for Birmingham Legion, all white chain strip for Louisville City. For the second time in 2019, Louisville City and Birmingham Legion. And we are underway from BBVA Compass Field tonight. Quickly moving forward on the front foot, Louisville City, and taken down in the middle as Masoso. And just like that, 10 seconds in, a free kick in a dangerous position for the visitors.
I've been kind of excited to watch Masoso play. He was an All-American in college. He's a really quick, exciting player. This is his first start for Louisville City, and instantly he's making an impact.
Just the one substituted appearance briefly versus Tampa Bay Rowdies for Masoso. Quickly wins his side. A dangerous free kick. Legion set up the wall in front of Magnus Rasmussen, who makes his 8th straight start tonight. Team leader in goals scored for this Louisville City side so far with 3. Will be Rasmussen to strike it. It will not, as that goes straight into the wall. Second attempt is far away as well, as Oscar Jimenez couldn't do much with that dangerous free kick.
Yeah, really not very well taken. Hit the wall, but it hit it low, and then the rebound shot well wide of the goal.
Here's Daniel Johnson, our featured player tonight for Birmingham Legion. He scored in the Memphis 901 FC match this past weekend and is on the current USL team of the week. This is played all the way back to Ben Lutz, a 23-year-old German who's on loan from MLS side FC Cincinnati. 37th overall pick in the latest MLS Super Draft. Louisville City certainly happy to have his services back in between the posts. Good run from Spencer, picked out nicely. Excellent first touch. Spencer couldn't quite get it off his foot.
Don't see that very often, but Spencer got behind Matthew Laurent. He's got some pace to go with his size. Almost caught the defense sleeping on that play.
Spencer scored after coming on as a sub Monday against Swope Park. That was an excellent first touch and a chance to get his side an early goal. Just 120 seconds or so into this match, as Trevor Spangenberg sends it away. Third start for Spangenberg in this one, as once again he's on in place of first choice keeper Matt Van Oekel. Avila does well to win that midfield tussle. Still going, taken down, and a foul is given as Devin Williams gives away the free kick.
It's already end-to-end action. We've only been playing a couple minutes, but both teams are racing up and down the field. That's the way the first match went as well. Lots of goals and lots of action, and it seems like we're going to pick up right where we left off the last time.
These two sides combined for 5 goals the first matchup in Louisville City, and that one was marred by weather as well. That was supposed to be a Saturday night in downtown Louisville. Instead, rain, thunderstorms, and a playing surface that couldn't dry forced that match to Sunday morning. Match Birmingham Legion won by a final of 3-2 for their first win in franchise history. Lovely back heel there to Davis. Davis plays up front to Mkosana. His cross denied by Aravo, but Louisville City's won their first corner of the night.
Louisville City certainly did not come here to sit back and defend and try to counterattack. They're sending players forward. They had 6 guys in the box, 7 players in the attack. They're not shy about attacking.
It's going to be Jimenez to whip in an swinging cross.
Rain and the wind are in his direction. This can be a really dangerous service into the box.
He plays it short instead, and nobody home to the top of the box. Louisville City not on the same page on that set piece.
Both these teams like to play. They want to put the ball on the ground and knock it around. We'll see if the weather conditions allow that. This field will drain. It won't be an issue of drainage, but it's coming down pretty heavy right now, and certainly for Legion FC, they've got the wind and rain in their face this first half. That can make it difficult to even see where you want to play the ball.
Falls to Rasmussen on the far touchline. He tries to keep it in play and does so as he wins his side of throw as Mabiala plays it out. One late change to the 11 for Birmingham Legion. Mikey Lopez was in the original starting 11 submitted, but he couldn't give it a go with that gimpy hamstring. So Eric Avila, who has been the starting right back, has slid in to the midfield. And it's Gail Mabiala who makes his second start for this Legion side, after making his first career start a little over a week ago in New Jersey against New York Red Bulls 2. Here's Avila on it. He finds Daniel Johnson. Avila picks his head up, looking for the run of Kasim. Nice ball, but Kasim's touch is a bit too heavy.
Difficult ball skipping off the wet surface. One of the things that did happen with these changes for Legion FC, they've added some size both up top and in the back, with Mabiala and J.J. Williams coming on. 2 bigger players and both pretty athletic players. So they've gotten bigger and faster with these changes.
Here's Williams. And Swahi, who pairs with Paco Craig as the center back pairing tonight. Spencer tried to get a boot to it, instead falls to Laurent. Culbertson did keep it in play, but only found a white shirt. This is Rasmussen on the turn. Rasmussen lets it fly, puts it in! What a strike from Magnus Rasmussen, his 4th goal already in this 2019 campaign, and already Louisville City find themselves in front on the road.
That was an absolute bomb. He got every piece of it, but you can't give the ball away in your defensive third, especially to a team that likes to attack the way this Louisville City team does. That was a little bit of a gift, but Rasmussen took every bit of the gift and finished it as well as you can.
A strong strike from the Danish midfielder, who once again finds the back of the nets for this Louisville City side. And it's the visitors who draw first blood, much to the delights of the traveling fans across the way. And it sends Legion looking for a quick response.
Spangenberg looked frustrated that he wasn't able to make that save, but I don't know any keeper that was going to get to that ball.
So operating on the front foot are Louisville City. Just like the first time these teams matched up, it's the defending champs who strike first.
We know this Louisville City team creates a lot of chances. They create more chances than anybody else in the league. They send a lot of players forward. They've got great attacking talent, but that's their first shot on goal, and that was just a rocket.
That'll certainly help the conversion rate. We talked to head coach John Hackworth in a midweek, and obviously not pleased with the way his side has finished the bevy of chances they've been creating. That certainly helps, as Daniel Johnson has some space in the midfield. His first touch not as clean as he would have liked. Still with it, though. He feeds Hoffman out wide. Hoffman's cross is a dangerous one, but no one was waiting at the back post. As Kasim tracks it down, keeps it in play. Mabiala fights off Davis.
Last week, Louisville City had, I believe, 22 shots on goal, only scored twice, so less than 10% of their shots were going in. Tonight, they're 1 for 1, but statistics can be a little bit deceiving. I think it's more about the quality of the opportunity. Getting the ball right at the top of the box with room to strike is what leads to good finishing.
Good ball in, whipped in by Culbertson. He had a couple of black shirts at the back post, but it was dealt with well by Paco Craig. Bad giveaway there. It's on the feet of Williams. Williams dispossessed nicely by Sean Francis. Right now, time and space to play with for Oscar Jimenez. Jimenez picks out the run of Nkosana. Flag stays down. Spangenberg has to come out and collect.
Both teams sending a lot of players forward, and it's leaving a big gap in the middle of the field. Lots of room to run with the ball, and a big gap between the backs there. Great play by Spangenberg, and that was another dangerous opportunity.
Louisville City have certainly created well in attack in the early part of this one. The rain that continues to fall has not bothered them. Diagonal ball finds Davis, who keeps it alive near touchline, far touchline, I should say. Here's Williams, does well to get around Johnson. Picks out the run of Jimenez. Can Jimenez run it down against Culbertson? Can't. It's going to be a Legion throw. Legion fans, don't forget you can find all the Legion FC information in one place. That's the Legion FC app, which you can download today. Available on both iOS and Android platforms. That's the Legion FC app, the only app that says hammer down. Williams takes it off the feet of Paco Craig. It's going to be a throw for Lou City. There you can see right there on the field, that rain has not stopped. If anything, it's picked up a little bit since kickoff, but the lightning and thunder has stayed away, and that's the important part for now, at least.
Yeah, the rumbling that we hear is the Magic City Brigade making some noise and keeping the excitement level up, even though they're down a goal. So far, at least, we're not seeing anything that looks like lightning.
There's J.J. Williams, leaves it for Hoffman. Swahi might have gotten a hand to it, but instead it's just a throw. Here's Laurent, who plays it back to Zach Erivo, the New England Revolution loanee, who has played a little bit of everything for Legion. He's played everywhere from attacking midfield to where he's playing tonight, center back, as Spencer's on it once again. Spencer going at Laurent. Can't quite get by him. Plays it back to Jimenez. His ball is dangerous, and it's headed towards Spangenberg. Not clean contact there from Davis.
Not clean contact, but you serve balls into the box on a wet day. Things have a way of happening. Misheads, mistouches, players slip. Every ball served in tonight is going to be a dangerous situation.
Spangenberg sends it away. Fans, be sure to tune in on Wednesday, May 22nd at 6 o'clock local time for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN News as league newcomers Birmingham Legion FC welcome Nashville SC. It's the week's best match on Game of the Week, May 22nd at 6 o'clock Central Time on ESPN News, right here at BBVA Compass Field. As we look at our keys to the game for both sides, Mike, ironically, solidifying the defense was one of the keys for Legion so far. Not a success on that ledger.
Yeah, they've had a history giving up early goals, and with all the changes in the lineup, that was going to be one of the keys. So far, it's been a struggle against a team that likes to attack, and then controlling the flow of the game. If they can keep some possession and keep the ball, obviously that's less opportunities for Louisville City to attack. For Louisville City, they've had troubles with their goalkeeping. It's mostly been an issue of constantly changing players, and so having Lund back in the goal should allow them to be a little more solid and have a little more leadership there. And if they can convert their chances, which they haven't done the last few games, but they certainly have done so far tonight.
Williams controls for the visitors. Play it all the way wide out to Sean Francis, who once again gets the starting nod as the oldest Lou City member at left back. Nice interchange with Davis. His ball is well wide.
These two teams played a few weeks ago. It was on a wet field, but a really narrow field. This field is big and wide, and we can see that Louisville City is enjoying even more possession, and they're switching to play from side to side. They've driven some great balls diagonally across. They certainly seem to be enjoying the way this field plays so far.
Culbertson trying to keep it against Imko Sana. There's a touch for Daigo Kobayashi. Avila dispossessed. Here comes Lou City. Play out wide. Imko Sana's off and running. Flag stays down. Imko Sana's cross is sent away by Erivo. Jimenez does well to win the second ball. Still Jimenez, who swings all the way back around to Paco Craig. And Mike, it looks like Legion are playing a 4-4-2, but defending out of what looks more like a 4-2-3-1 right now.
It does look that way. They're attacking with two forwards for sure, with J.J. Williams and Chandler Hoffman. But defensively, Hoffman has slid out wide left. It's a little bit of like what we saw against St. Louis, and we've seen it a couple of other times. So a little bit of a hybrid defense for Legion FC. We're also seeing that Jimenez, who's listed as the right back for Louisville City, is getting forward a lot, playing in midfield, sometimes as a winger. He kind of has freedom to go whenever they've got the ball. So, yes, it's a four-man back, but it's also a five-man midfield at times because he's stepping into midfield.
Good tackle by Kobayashi there to win possession back for his side. But Spangenberg can only play it into touch. New City still applying pressure. Long throw nicely to Rasmussen. Now it's Jimenez again. He finds space for Speedy Williams. Lovely flick to Sean Francis. Francis, the fullback, getting forward. His left-footed cross. Erivo is there to send it away. And now perhaps a counter-attacking chance for Legion.
If Legion can go quickly, the opportunities are there. Louisville City sends a lot of players forward, and there's some gaps.
Johnson lost his footing and couldn't keep it against pressure from two defenders, Williams and Jimenez. Now Jimenez wants bodies forward. cutting it inside. His pass taken out by Kobayashi. Kobayashi goes down. Free kick given, nothing more than that.
It's been a little bit frantic. I think both teams are okay with taking a little rest here and catching their breath. They've been going end to end. Clear foul and deliberate foul. A little surprised he maybe didn't get a yellow card. Clearly just stopping the play there.
We had gone a few moments there without a stoppage, as Avila switches out to Kyle Culbertson, who once again is in a left back position for this Legion club. That's 9 straight starts. Kasim tried to flick it through to Williams. Those two not quite connecting just yet.
You can see there the 3-man defending unit up top for Legion FC. It seems like they're rotating a little bit. J.J. Williams has slid out to the right. Prosper Kasim has stepped up top, so maybe they're trying to just find the right matchup against this Louisville City team.
Throw coming for Lou City. Fans, don't forget Legion FC begins their first U.S. Open Cup quest this Wednesday, May 15th, when the club hosts Westchester Soccer Club at 7 p.m. BBVA Compass Field. Gates open at 5 for pregame festivities. Get tickets to the most exciting tournament in American soccer at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. That's the U.S. Open Cup, Wednesday, May 15th. Williams trying to run down this loose ball. Instead, Craig keeps it alive. Legion trying to step and press a little bit, though, putting Louisville City's back line under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, it was a good decision right there. Don't let them play out. Let them make you chase all over the field. Sometimes it's easier to sprint 5 yards than to jog 70 or 80. So good job by the Legion to step up and press at that moment.
Culbertson looks like he's setting up for a long throw. 3 black shirts in the area: Williams, Kasim, and Hoffman. Williams couldn't quite win the duel. Legion retained possession with Arivo, who plays all the way back at the feet of Trevor Spangenberg. But only to a white shirt. Chance for Louisville City to move forward once more. Rasmussen able to keep it under pressure. Couldn't quite thread through the pass as Habiala and Laurent were there.
Legion FC are having a little trouble keeping the ball. Louisville City is stepping and pressing, whether it's a ball back to Spangenberg in goal or just one of the backs. They're not letting them have any time, not letting them play out, and it's creating some early, quick turnovers.
Louisville City certainly have plenty of experience on the field, especially at the back with Craig and Swahi. Craig, of course, a 2-time All-USL honoree. And right now, Lou City playing with it well on the floor. Tough challenge there from Laurent. Referee doesn't see anything wrong with it. Williams looking for Kasim. Kasim is onside, just couldn't quite get on the end of that one. Still Kasim.
It's a great ball played across to him, and a good chance he just couldn't quite get it under control. That's 2 that have been just a matter of inches away from his foot inside the box. They haven't had as much of the ball, but they have had a couple of dangerous moments.
Now for Legion, it's about turning those moments into chances. Culbertson picks up the run of Johnson. Craig is there to erase that. And once again, it's Louisville City with possession. This time Francis with a bit of space. Picks up, finds Rasmussen. So far, if you're John Hackworth, you like what you've seen from your side. A little over a quarter of an hour in.
I think he's got to be pretty happy. Obviously, they've got the early goal. He had talked earlier about feeling a little bit unlucky or unfortunate that their finishing just wasn't quite there, but he was confident in the players and the chances they were creating. So you get that early goal, which lets everybody relax a little bit. They're also controlling how the game is played, and so I think he has to be the happier of the 2 coaches at this moment.
Here's Mkosana, his first touch in a minute. Williams switches the play nicely to Francis.
Louisville's found those switches pretty often, and they've been dangerous from it.
Ball not dealt with all that well initially by Aravo, but eventually headed back to Spangenberg.
I think Louisville City's also won the physical battle so far. We're only partway through the first half, but they've been winning a lot of the air balls. They've won a lot of tackles. They're the team that physically has controlled this match so far.
Spangenberg gets us restarted, as Francis just keeps that in play. Here's Craig. Craig plays it all the way back to the feet of Lund. Lund had a stellar college career at Akron, 3 straight MAC titles, 2 College Cup appearances. He had made 7 straight starts until an injury in warm-ups before the Swope Park match kept him out of that one. Here's Rasmussen, the goal scorer, on the front foot again. Spencer plays it back to him. Excellent give and go. Rasmussen shot, beat Spangenberg, but wasn't inside the post.
He's had the ball at his feet a couple of times around the box, and we can see that he's not afraid of taking shots. Sometimes when players aren't scoring, they shy away, but he's hit one with his right, and that's one with his left. Both hit pretty well.
Rasmussen not too far away from picking up his second. It should be a throw for Legion, and then it's going to be a throw for Louisville City. Here you see Legion head coach Tom Stone. About halfway through this first 45 minutes of action between these two sides. Lovely flick on there, frees up Masoso. Masoso running at the Legion defense. Good work by Kobayashi to cut it out.
That's going to be an interesting little battle within the game. You've got Masoso, who's young, quick, attacking player. You've got Kobayashi, who's one of the most experienced players in the league. They're going to be matched up against each other. Should be fun to watch.
Kobayashi, the Japanese midfielder, is 36 years old, far and away the oldest member of this Legion side, but this is his 6th start here in 2019. Big addition for Legion in the midfield after coming over from Las Vegas Lights, where Kobayashi spent 2018. Back post ball, Mkosana got there, he puts it in! Great work by Mkosana. He won the aerial duel against Culbertson, and when it fell to his feet, he knew what to do with it. 2-0 to the visitors.
Had a little bit of a size mismatch at the back post. Mkosana, a bigger, more athletic player, getting up over Culbertson. But it was also a little bit unlucky. That ball just kind of landed right back at Mkosana's feet. And he knew where it was, didn't hesitate.
Inside of 25 minutes, it's Louisville City who are in firm control here in downtown Birmingham tonight. 2-0 to the 2-time USL defending champions, who after a tough Monday night in Kansas City certainly look more like themselves so far tonight.
There were 5 goals the last time these two played. We certainly seem to be on track for a bunch tonight. We've seen this Legion FC team again and again come back from deficits. They've never given up hope. They're always attacking, but they need to be careful not to give up a third, because this one could get out of hand if they're not careful.
Spencer flicks it on, and Mkosana can't quite run it down. It's going to be a throw for Legion. Rasmussen against Kobayashi. Couldn't keep it against the pressure. Avila does well to find Williams. Williams has some options going forward. Looking for the run of Kasim. Couldn't quite get it to him. Kasim is able to run it down. Finds Johnson. Those two not on the same page, as it's going to be a throw for Lou City. Fan Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship in many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. already 2 select balls that have been picked out of the net by Legion in this one. Almost a dangerous giveaway there.
Certainly not the way Legion wanted this match to start. They've done a great job all year long of battling back. I know that they're not going to put their heads down for too long. They're going to get themselves back into the match. But this Louisville City team is a really dangerous attacking team. And the more you open up trying to catch up from behind, the more likely they are to send more players forward and smell blood in the water. It can be a really dangerous team to play against when you're behind.
Louisville City certainly scored goals in bunches a year ago. They've created numerous chances early in 2019, just haven't been converting as many of them. Rasmussen. Lovely turn. Davis couldn't quite get on the end of that flick. And now the counterattack is on. Johnson running at the back line. Still Daniel Johnson with options. Looking for Hoffman. Hoffman will put it off of Lunt. It won't matter. The flag is up.
I think he made the wrong choice there. He had a 3-on-2. He went to Hoffman, who strayed just behind the defense. He could have found JJ on the right side, who I think would have been in.
Does look like from that replay at least that Williams was onside. Hoffman, though, maybe about a shoulder and a half off, however.
Just a little bit of timing difference is all it is. Ball has to be played before the forward can run. That time, Chandler Hoffman got just a step ahead of him.
Nice turn by Williams. He's freed up and plays diagonally to Jimenez. Jimenez can whip a cross in against Culbertson. Instead, he cuts it inside. Williams looking for Davis. Davis got on the end of it. Dangerous chance. Arivo is there to at least deflect it. Is it a corner? It is.
A little hesitation from the officials there. I'm not sure they knew who that ball went off of. But another dangerous ball driven across behind the defense. And then a great service into the box.
There you see the Lou City coaching staff discussing what has been an excellent half hour so far. They've controlled possession. They've controlled the chances. And they've picked out 2 of them so far. Jimenez to the front post. It's dangerous. Spangenberg.
Did really well to make the save there. That was a dangerous ball. Flicked at the near post, coming down at his feet. It could have skipped anywhere. Did well to get behind the ball and get it out of trouble.
Lou City looking for more of the same on yet another corner here. This time played more towards the back post. Hoffman able to deflect it into touch.
First corner of the game, Louisville City played short. I was a little confused why on a wet night they would do that. They're the bigger, more physical team. We can see now they've recognized that. They're serving every opportunity they can. And certainly all their corners, I would expect the rest of the night to get served right on top of the goalkeeper.
Jimenez makes the long run across and now takes the throw. Spencer goes down, referee not by. And Lou City play all the way back to their fullback, Sean Francis. Can Emco Sonic keep it in play? He cannot. Rain has subsided at least for now as Avila is taken off the ball, but a foul is given. We'll see how long the precipitation stays away, although playing surface looks no worse for wear. We have seen a few more players slip here and there. But given the amount of rainfall that's hit central Alabama, so far so good relatively.
With all the rain, it's going to be wet, but the field holds up really well. It's got a great root system, so you're not going to see the grass tearing up. It drains pretty well. We're not going to see a whole lot of puddles unless we see an absolute deluge tonight.
Culbertson beats Jimenez, plays out wide to Daniel Johnson. Johnson cuts it inside. Johnson on his preferred right finds Hoffman with space. Hoffman's left-footed shot. Great play by Lunt to deny his near post.
Really nice attack. Great combination and a terrific finish from Hoffman. He had that labeled right for the upper corner. Great save from Lunt.
What a difference having Ben Lunt in between the post makes for this Lou City back line. That shot looked like it was destined for that upper 90.
He needed every inch he's got to get a fingertip on that and keep it out.
First corner of the night for Birmingham Legion. It'll be Kobayashi, who takes it short to Johnson. Johnson gives it right back to him. Kobayashi able to stay onside. Back post ball finds Kasim. Headed out of play by Williams. It'll be a corner on the opposite flag now.
Kobayashi had some room once that ball got played back to him. He could have taken that into the box himself and maybe looked for a shot. Instead, elected to serve it to the back post.
It'll be Culbertson to take this corner, with Hoffman and Williams right on top of the goalkeeper Luntz. Culbertson finds the hands of Ben Luntz. So far, so good for the 23-year-old, who certainly looks healthy after missing Monday's match. Here's Alexi Swahi. Haven't heard much from Swahi so far tonight. Typically a good thing. You don't have to call the center back's name much.
There have been a couple of chances, and we certainly saw a great shot from Chandler Hoffman. But defensively, Louisville City's been solid. They've had the majority of the possession, and they've given up very few real chances to Legion FC so far.
Legion trying to play out of the back, give it away instead. And Masoso tried to run at, instead he gave it away. Now the counter is on. Legion moving forward with Kasim. Kasim towards the edge of the area, cuts it inside. He goes down. Referee not buying that.
I think he lost control before he got hit, but there looked like contact to me.
End-to-end action here. Back the other way comes Lou City. Diagonal ball cut out nicely by Culbertson. Plays out wide to Hoffman, who megs Jimenez right in front of us. Lovely from Hoffman.
Great skill, great composure from Chandler Hoffman.
Johnson trying to pick out the run of Williams. That's cut out by Swahi. A throw coming for Legion. And a chance perhaps for a long throw for Kyle Culbertson.
This isn't a whole lot different from a corner kick with Culbertson's long throw. JJ can get his head on things, it'll bounce and skip around in that box and can definitely be a dangerous opportunity.
Avila tries to bring it down against Spencer. Now Avila gets hit in the back by Masoso, and a free kick is given.
I don't think there's much question about that. He went right through the back of him. That had to be foul.
We'll get a second look at the contact. And looks like a foul all the way. Referee not going to his pocket, but is having a conversation with Masoso. Free kick coming for Legion. Fans, don't forget you can follow Legion or Lou City and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every single week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. A little more than 10 minutes left in our opening half between Louisville City and Legion. Been all Lou City at this point. Can Legion claw one back? Williams brings it down, but it's cleared away. Here's Mabiala. Finds Aravo, the center back still in an advanced position. Nice run off the ball by Avila. Avila against Rasmussen, gets a right-footed cross, partially blocked. Now here's Davis, and a chance for Lou City to move forward. Mkosana, played well by Aravo. And now a chance perhaps for both teams to regain their shape a bit.
Both teams have worked really hard this half. They've sent players forward, they've attacked, but then they've worked incredibly hard to get back and try and slow down counterattacks. I think both these teams will be happy with a halftime break and an opportunity to catch their breath.
Mkosana is going to be tagged with that foul as Culbertson comes up a little gimpy. Another free kick coming for Legion as France has a conversation with Spencer and Nkosana. Fans Birmingham Legion entrust the care of its athletes to UAB sports medicine team, and you should as well, as we get a second look. Nkosana's follow-through just got a piece of Kyle Culbertson. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for patients of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a competitive athlete, come see UAB Sports Medicine so we can help you get back to your healthy and active lifestyle.
John Hackworth is having a word with the fourth official. I think he felt like the ball was there to be won, and in fact his player won the ball. Follow through is just part of what happens. I think the referee's just trying to keep control and not let players get too wild. You get a wet field like this, everybody likes to slide around, dive around, and he's just trying to keep everybody healthy and on the pitch.
Avila whistled for that foul as he stamped on Rasmussen. Quickly working the other direction, Francis serves the ball into the 6-yard box, which Spangenberg handles with ease. Still time for either of these two sides to find another chance or two. Goal either way would be massive. For Legion, it would get them right back in this one. For Lou City, it would all but put the nail in the coffin with 3 goals in the first 45 minutes. Davis looking for the run of Masoso, instead finds Spencer, who switches it nicely to Jimenez. Jimenez tees up a right-footed shot that's blocked by Culbertson. Still falls to Williams, who plays it back to the fullback. Low ball this time, Spencer dummied. It fell to Avila instead.
Not very often you see a ball get wide and there are 5 attacking players inside the 18-yard box, but that's what Louisville City does. They send a lot of guys forward. Legion FC did a nice job of getting people back and being organized.
Fans Legion FC return to BBVA Compass Field on Wednesday, May 22nd when the club hosts Nashville SC at 7 o'clock. Come early, enjoy festivities in the pregame plaza beginning at 5 and cheer on Legion FC. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. That's Wednesday, May 22nd at 7 o'clock right here at BBVA Compass Field. Back-to-back Wednesdays at home for this Legion FC side. Between that Nashville match and the U.S. Open Cup match against Westchester. Rasmussen gets play restarted for Lou City. Swahi under a bit of pressure, but flicks it overhead and finds Jimenez. So far, Lou City have been able to break the pressure that Legion have brought and push forward. And you mentioned it, Mike. They've been able to push numbers forward rather effectively, but a giveaway here perhaps springs a counter. Kobayashi looking for Williams. Great play by Swahi.
Did really well to stop what would have been a clear breakaway for Williams. Another opportunity that just didn't quite materialize for Legion FC. They're getting close, but that last pass just hasn't quite been there.
Williams got a boot to that, but that's about it as Masoso turns and finds Jimenez. Plenty of speed in the midfield for Louisville City tonight between Williams, Masoso, and Davis. Not to mention both fullbacks, Francis and Jimenez, getting forward. Lovely give and go there. Frees Mabiala. Mabiala still moving. Mabiala beats Francis. It's still Mabiala. What a run this is. Turns it inside to Hoffman, whose touch betrays him.
That's unlucky right there for Hoffman, but what a great run from Gail Mabiala. That's what he likes to do. He's got the pace, but he's also got the moves to go at people. He ran 60 yards with that ball and then had the composure to look up and find Chandler Hoffman at the top of the box.
Culbertson whistled for the infraction there as he went through the back of Spencer. He claims he got hauled ball. Not sure how accurate that is.
When you come from behind, most of the time that call is going to go against you.
Legion pressing forward. And Nkosana, I believe, would have been in an offside position.
Kind of saw a little bit of a tactic there where Spencer dropped into midfield, drawing the center backs up with him, and Nkosana spun and tried to get in behind. ball wasn't played quite right, but we can see that that's something that they've trained on and are looking to try and catch Legion FC with.
Throw coming for Lou City, less than 5 minutes left in our first half. Fans, when you're busy shuttling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and don't always have time to cook a healthy meal, keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with Meal Fit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. Meal Fit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about Meal Fit at mealfit.co and order online. Once again, that's mealfit.co, mealfit.co. Davis going shoulder to shoulder with Kasim, who thought he won that instead. Our referee, Matt Franz, thinks otherwise. Free kick coming for Lou City.
Prosper Kasim threw his arms up to the side to kind of show that he didn't use them, but it was almost a little key for the referee when you pull your hands back like that to say, well, maybe I did.
Looks like a good call based on the couple of replays that we've seen.
Yeah, got him from behind, not quite shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder, blade in the back, perhaps.
It's Jimenez who stands over this free kick. Good ball, headed away by Mabiala. Davis tried to run onto it. Still Lou City with numbers forward. Masoso has plenty of space. Beat Johnson. Couldn't quite get around Laurent, though.
Soso's been dangerous so far. He's got the freedom to run at people. He's a good passer of the ball, but he's also really dangerous 1v1, and he's had a couple of those opportunities tonight.
Davis couldn't quite get on the end of that diagonal pass from Francis. And Legion will regain possession here. Time for either of these two sides to come up with one more chance. Lou City certainly generated the better of the chances to this point.
They've been the ones that have generated the shots on goal. Both teams have had some opportunities. Both teams have run at each other's defenses. But Louisville City has found the shots and certainly been the ones to find the back of the net so far tonight.
Good run by Spencer. He gets on the end of it and beats Mabiala. His right-footed ball is headed away by Laurent. Jimenez does well to run down the second ball. Here's Rasmussen against Kobayashi. Plays out wide, finds Francis. Francis with bodies moving forward. Almost found Spencer. Instead, he found Laurent. Kasim keep it in play. He did. Wow.
Good composure. Laurent made a great play to clear that ball out, but he looks like he's shaking his head. I'm not sure if he caught a knock there somewhere.
Hoffman plays it out wide to Johnson, and now a chance coming for Legion. Johnson has Williams to his left, plays it to it. Johnson still looking for room. Now cuts it back inside. His right-footed shot curls high.
Thought he might be looking for that right foot. He can hit a ball. We saw it last week, and he had an opportunity there. Spun his man, just couldn't quite keep it down.
Our stoppage time tonight brought to you by UAB Medicine. We'll see how much, if any, stoppage time, and our fourth official indicates there will be very little stoppage time, not even a minimum of 1 minute. In this first half, haven't had too many extended stoppages. Maybe time just for Loon to send this forward before our first half is complete. And indeed, that will be all for the first 45 from downtown Birmingham. A half that was dominated by the visitors. Louisville City, the two-time defending champions, have found the back of the net twice, and Mike more or less have been in control since the outset.
Well, I think the things that we talked about at the start being keys to the match all went in the way of Louisville City. They haven't given up any goals. Goalkeeping's been solid with a few things he needed to do, and then they've converted their chances. They've had 3 or 4 great chances. 2 of them are in the back of the net. I don't think Louisville City could be much happier than they are.
2-0 to the visitors. Legion and Lou City both head to the locker room. The home side trying to make some adjustments. Lou City like where they stand with 45 minutes still to play from BBVA Compass Field tonight. We'll take a timeout. Halftime festivities are up next.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
The Birmingham Legion Football Club. Our name, Legion, is rooted in Birmingham's history and proudly represents our city and its army of hardworking citizens and players. Our symbols, the hammer and anvil. These symbols represent not only our past, but also our might and ability to bend opponents to our will. Together, the hammer and anvil act as a calling for the Legion Nation to shout, "Hammer down," as we cheer our team on to victory. Our shield pays homage to our unified attack on the pitch in the spirit of all who call Birmingham home. Our sparks embody our fiery spirit and define our character, passion, pride, community. Our colors, molten gold and attack black. Molten gold symbolizes the quality of our character and sportsmanship. Attack black is our base, our foundation. It represents our menace and the shrewd determination of our city, players, and fans. We are Legion. We march as one.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's freaking awesome. For lack of a better word, it's awesome.
We would like to formally welcome you to the League One for 2020.
We are proud to be the stewards and caretakers of the world's game and the Big O for all the fans. And it starts today, right now.
We, together, collaboratively, can make such a huge positive impact on the community. Together.
You know, you close most deals and you sit at your desk or maybe have a closing dinner. I get to celebrate with 200 people with cheers, so it's awesome.
Breaking in, Kasim! Oh, what a save by Matt Pickens! Got a run from distance, and it's a goal. With the left and in. And what a save for Van Ogle.
Here's a chance for Castillo, puts it in! Welcome back to downtown Birmingham. There's Children's Hospital and the rest of this UAB campus here on the south side. So far, the south side's been dominated by the rain and Louisville City's attackers. 2-0 to the two-time defending champions right now through 45 minutes. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman as we are in halftime here at BBVA Compass Field. A perfect time to check the Eastern Conference standings coming into play this evening, or at least the top 10 out of the 18 teams in the Eastern Conference. Mike, in 11th position, Birmingham Legion just off your screen there. Louisville City so far with 13 points through their first 9 matches.
Yeah, Louisville City a few points ahead. Birmingham is in 11th place on goal difference. So it's really a pretty tight group right in the middle of that listing. And certainly one result could push Birmingham well up the ladder.
Birmingham tied with Ottawa Fury, Bethlehem Steel, and Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who are all stuck on 11 points, although Legion have game in hand on Bethlehem Steel. As you get a look at the top of the table, New York Red Bulls 2 and Tampa Bay Rowdies have both been dominant forces across the Eastern Conference, with St. Louis and North Carolina not too far behind. Let's get a look at the scores in the Eastern Conference so far this evening. Nashville SC, what a first 45 minutes against Swope Park. Firmly in control as that game just about ready to get going in the second half. Loudoun United score 3 on the road against Charlotte Independence. Big win for Loudoun in that contest. Still scoreless between St. Louis and Charleston Battery. And about to get underway out west, San Antonio and Orange County. And then the nightcaps, Las Vegas Lights, Colorado Springs Switchbacks, and then Sacramento Republic and Reno. Those games available, of course, on ESPN+. But, Mike, it looks like, at least based on that scoreline, Nashville SC is starting to round into form.
There's a couple of teams that I think everybody thought were going to be towards the top. New York, Louisville, Nashville are certainly 3 of those teams. Nashville had some good results, but they've had some questionable ones as well. But they do seem to be getting on track now.
Be interesting to see who comes out on top in that Charleston-St. Louis match as they play on tonight. Speaking of those two sides, each had a USL Team of the Week honoree, as did Birmingham Legion. Daniel Johnson had an excellent contest against Memphis 901 FC last weekend.
Daniel Johnson has had a great match every week. He scored a fantastic goal that made everybody around the country stand up and notice him. But he belongs on that team and probably has belonged on it every week of the season so far.
Johnson completed 67 of 76 passes last weekend, 6 interceptions, 17 recoveries, and a goal that finished second in the Goal of the Week competition in the USL. He joins Cabrera, Forbes, and Weehan in that midfield of the reigning USL Team of the Week. Back to the first 45 minutes here, though, in Birmingham. It's been Louisville City who have been almost in control since the outset. They've controlled the ball. They've controlled the majority of chances. What have you seen so far from Louisville City?
Oftentimes the stats don't tell the true story, but I think they do tonight. They've had 9 shots, 4 of them on goal, 2 in the back of the net. That's really the key to this match. They've had a lot of the possession, which they wanted to do. It's been their kind of match. They've gotten maybe the breaks that they haven't gotten in some of the earlier matches for them this year. I don't think they could be much more pleased than what they're seeing so far.
Emko Sana may be a bit fortunate on his goal, but there was nothing fortunate about the strike from Rasmussen, who continues to have an excellent run of form, especially over the last month or so as he collected his 4th goal in the early going of this one. Second half just around the corner. With Birmingham Legion with work to do, Louisville City trying to hang on to a 2-0 lead. We'll take a timeout. Next 45 comes your way in a moment.
Imagine the opportunity to make opening an account faster with a selfie. It's possible with the BBVA Compass mobile banking app. When needed, you can verify your ID with just a photo. Snap, upload, apply. It's quick, it's easy, and it's all on America's award-winning mobile banking app. So what are you waiting for? You can become a BBVA Compass client in a snap. BBVA Compass, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Stayed away, which has been the biggest issue in getting this game back started. It only got started about a quarter of an hour later than we were scheduled to, which was a minor miracle considering the storms that have rolled through Alabama today. But the pitch no worse for wear, at least based on what we can see up here in our broadcast booth. As we get a look at some of our first half highlights between Birmingham Legion and Louisville City. And the fireworks started early for the visitors. What a strike off the left foot for Rasmussen.
He got all of that one with his left, hit it perfectly. Placement was good. Really nothing that Spangenberg was going to do to save that ball.
Plenty of chances for Lou City. Mkosana, Spencer did well to make some excellent runs. Here was another chance for Rasmussen that could have made it 2-0, as he just couldn't curl that inside the post, but this certainly was inside the post. Mkosana did well to win the aerial duel. When it fell to his feet, he knew what to do with it.
Yeah, he wins the battle in the air with Culbertson on this play. Fortunate for him, the ball just dropped right at his feet before Spangenberg could get there.
This was one of Legion's better chances. Hoffman was in on goal, but unfortunately he was in an offside position. This one much better, but Ben Lute did well to keep this one out.
Great save from Lute. That's a top-class save on a ball that was hit perfectly into the upper corner.
Legion going to hope to generate a few more chances in the second 45 minutes. Louisville City, so far the job has been done here on the road as both teams continue to make their way out onto the pitch. We're less than 2 minutes away from getting our second 45 minutes under action. Time to look at the upcoming schedule. First for the visitors, Louisville City, who will head back home for a big matchup with St. Louis and trying to gain some points on a team that's above them in the table. Then back on the road for a trip to Bethlehem Steel before coming back home for 2 more in succession, Charleston Battery and Loudoun United. So certainly points on the table for Louisville City in their upcoming slate.
Lots of teams right in front of them on their upcoming schedule. Some good chances for them to move up the ladder.
On the other side, Birmingham Legion welcome in Westchester United for their first ever U.S. Open Cup match. That is at home this Wednesday at 7 before hitting the road to take on North Carolina FC, Nashville, Tampa Bay, and Charleston. That is a tough stretch upcoming for the home side.
Yeah, after the Wednesday match, they've got some difficult matches, some at home, some on the road, but they're all top quality teams that are going to be a real challenge.
There's J.J. Williams trying to get stretched out and going here in the second 45 minutes. The Columbus Crew Loney playing in his second match for Birmingham Legion. His first appearance for Legion came as a sub almost a month ago on the road against St. Louis. He promptly scored 2 goals, both in the second half. Legion would love a similar performance here, as head coach Tom Sohn joins his 11 out on the pitch. And Mike, what do you think the message is from Sohn to his side?
You know, Legion FC were on the field a couple minutes early, all ready to play. Whatever it is, he said in the locker room, they were fired up and excited to get going. They weren't waiting for Louisville City to even come out of the locker room. My guess is he's come up with some slight tweak. He's done that game after game. First match with Louisville City, he made a change that made a big difference in the way the game was played. I'm looking for some type of tactical change that maybe just allows a little more possession and more chances to score goals for the Legion FC.
No changes either way, as we are just about set for our second half between Louisville City and Birmingham Legion. Legion in the black, Lou City in the white. And Captain Luke Spencer, 28-year-old from Cincinnati, is just waiting on the signal from Matt France. As the rain continues to come down. It was a good first half for the 2-time defending champions. Can they close it out and earn a full 3 points on the road on this Saturday night? We're about to find out as Spencer restarts play. And the second half is underway with Louisville City in white, Birmingham Legion in black. Davis under pressure from Mabiala. And we'll see what tactical changes, if any, have been made by Legion. And as I said, there were no changes at the half. There's actually been one. Femi Hollinger-Jansen has come on for Birmingham Legion. He replaces Aravo in central defense.
My guess is that's due to an injury, with Aravo being a starter almost every match of the season. I don't think they would have taken him off if there wasn't some kind of medical issue.
And now we do see the fourth official put the board up and say that indeed was the change that has been made. Femi Hollinger-Jansen, certainly not a center back by trade, but he's trained there a little bit over the last few weeks, and he'll slot in now next to Mathieu Laurent as the injuries in central defense continue to pile up for this Legion side.
At the half, the Legion FC substituted.
Hollinger-Jansen has been a forward
Number 58,
his entire life. He's a goal scorer, an All-American in college. He's played in the forward position as a pro for a few years, but he is a versatile player, and he has been training for the last week or two. His injuries have taken a toll, so I'm sure he'll slot in comfortably.
There's Eric Avila for Legion, as Lou City have earned themselves an early free kick. Paco Craig who drives one forward and tests Hollinger-Jansen early. 25-year-old Indiana product. Sends it right back that direction as Kasim tried to run it down. Instead, it rolls all the way to the waiting arms of Ben Luntz. Fans, don't forget, when you're busy shuttling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and don't always have time to cook a healthy meal, keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with Meal Fit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. Meal Fit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about Meal Fit and order now online at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. Here's Eric Avila, who couldn't quite keep it against the pressure of Davis. And it forces Laurent to play all the way back to Spangenberg.
It did look like Legion FC was stepping up a little bit higher, confronting Lou City a little earlier in their play and not letting them get their attack started.
Williams trying to flick it into the run of Hoffman. As Francis gets play restarted with his throw. Once again, Legion play back to the feet of Trevor Spangenberg, the Missouri State product, who makes his third start tonight. He was challenged aplenty in the first 45 minutes, hoping to keep the score sheet a bit cleaner in the second 45.
did come and claim a couple of balls, but I don't think he wants to have the same amount of action he saw in the first half.
Here's Hoffman, who tried to turn inside. Williams plays out wide and plays it intentionally into touch as a white jersey is down. And that does not look encouraging for Alexi Swahi.
He's definitely feeling it. We'll get a little look at it here to see exactly what happened. It looked like legs getting tangled up as he went to ground. Certainly nothing intentional, nothing malicious.
He's holding his left calf and remains down. And will await the Lou City training staff. While he's attended to, we'll get a second look and see if there's anything on this other angle. Hoffman didn't look like he got him. The contact maybe on the first step.
It might have been that he stepped on his shin there or caught a little piece of him, but Hoffman was clearly trying to avoid the contact and step over him. Nobody could question intent on that play.
Swahi will come off momentarily, but he is to his feet and looks like he'll be able to continue on after a brief stoppage. While we have a moment, fans, don't forget you can get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for your team, Lou City or Birmingham Legion, and click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on your team's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Louisville City will temporarily play down a man as Culbertson will likely just throw this back in towards the direction of a white jersey. And Swahi makes his way back onto the pitch. Five minutes gone, 40 minutes left. Louisville City on top by 2, looking for their 5th win of this 2019 campaign. They interplayed tonight with 4 wins, 4 losses and a draw. Legion, meanwhile, with 3 wins, 3 losses, and a couple of draws. It was Legion's last home match where they picked up their first win here at BBVA Compass Field. Good long ball lofted over the top, dealt with by Hollinger Jansen. Still not clear until Laurent finishes the job. But certainly Louisville City looking to test a fresh center back pairing. Here's Mkosana. Rasmussen on his left foot against pressure from Johnson. Plays out wide to Jimenez. Jimenez finds Davis. Good touch. Mkosana 3-0, but the flag is up. Take it off the board.
Fortunate for Legion FC on that play. Another ball played into a dangerous space. Players running through from midfield. He just got a little ahead of the play.
Not too far away from a 3rd goal, and Mkosana perhaps barely in an offside position there. So he tried to stay on the shoulder of Hollinger Jansen.
I think Legion will be happy to not see too many replays because that was really, really tight.
Williams trying to cut it inside for Johnson. Couldn't quite get it to him. Here's Williams. Out wide in Kosana. Trying to find the run of Davis. Hollinger Jansen is on it, but didn't deal with it spectacularly. Here's Mabiala, who's dispossessed. Quick ball in the box. Spencer! Luke Spencer pokes it in the back of the net. 3-0 to the champions.
Big mistake from Mabiala. Tried to dribble out of the back under pressure, coughed it up. They've given up 2 goals tonight off of giveaways in the defensive third. You just can't afford to give a team like Lou City chances to run at you.
2nd goal in 6 days for Luke Spencer, who came on as a sub on Monday and promptly scored against Swope Park. He's found the back of the net again against Birmingham Legion. And the man wearing the captain's armband has made it a 3-0 game.
Spencer's been a little bit more of a decoy in the first half. He kept dropping into midfield and trying to draw center backs up the field with him, while Rasmussen and M. Kasana were the two troublemakers around the box. But there was no question that ball was aimed for him, and he did a great job at getting behind Matthew Laurent, tapping it in from close range.
Louisville City scored early in the first half. They've scored early in the second. Spencer is offside. The flag is up.
Took the assistant referee a couple seconds there to make up mind as to whether or not that was off, but it looked clear from up here, a couple yards behind the defense.
Laurent quickly restarts play. Well, Legion's hole has certainly gotten larger with the addition of a third goal for Louisville City. Their attacking prowess has been featured tonight.
Legion FC have made a season so far of coming from behind and giving up early goals and then finding ways to score in the second half, making adjustments, getting themselves back into games and winning games, even though they fell behind early. But this is a big ask now. 3 goals behind to the reigning champions.
It was Legion who scored thrice against Louisville City in the match at Louisville Slugger Field. It's Louisville City who has responded with a dose of revenge at BBVA Compass Field so far this evening. Culbertson's delivery not found by a black shirt, although Mabiala tried to run it down, kept it from rolling over the inline. Here's Francis trying to play towards Spencer. Laurent held him back, and a referee says play on. Interesting. Laurent might get tagged for a foul there for impeding the progress of Spencer's run. Avila is fouled by a combination of Spencer and Rasmussen there.
Spencer was a little frustrated not getting the call just a moment ago. Took it out on Legion on that play. Arms around the neck, being pulled back. No question that was a foul.
Ackworth continues to have discussions with the fourth official down below.
Not sure what he can be unhappy with. Up 3-0. Seems like things are going his way.
Here's Mabiala and Avila. Avila under pressure. It'll be a throw for Legion. Legion look prepared to make another substitution here in a moment as Eddie Apoku readies himself. Here's Johnson and Avila. Lost it. Davis. Lovely one-touch pass from Spencer to find him. Masoso, who switches the play to Jimenez. Jimenez has had time and space on that right flank tonight. Here's Williams, another switch, this time to Davis. Davis against Mabiala. Now against Avila as well. It's a corner coming.
Good help from Avila on that last play. And Mabiala read that he's a right-footed player, wanted to cut it back inside, so he showed him to the outside. There really wasn't anywhere left for him to go.
Corner coming for Jimenez, and then a substitution for Legion to follow. As Jimenez readies himself for yet another Louisville City corner. This will be the fourth taken. Dangerous ball, headed away by Williams, I believe. And Kassim plays it out wide to Hoffman. Kassim looking for the run of Culbertson, finds him. Will Culbertson looking for supports, and instead, great defensive effort by Lucky Mkosana to win Louisville City a throw. Before they can take that throw, a substitution coming, as it will indeed be Eddie Opoku to come on, and it'll be Prosper Kasim to make way for him.
I like this substitution. It's definitely an attacking change. Some coaches might have brought on an extra defender, tried to just slow the bleeding and make sure that you don't get embarrassed at home, but I think he's bringing on a quicker attacking player, although it's hard to get much quicker than Prosper Kasim. But he's clearly saying we're still attacking and we're still going forward, and we're not done yet.
One Ghanaian for the other, Eddie Opoku, the loanee from Columbus Crew, a 22-year-old who prepped at the University of Virginia, is the new substitution. Kobayashi. Plenty of time and space in the midfield to pick out a run. Does pick out one. This is Hoffman on his left foot. Hoffman shot. Saved by Luntz.
Another good strike from Hoffman, and Luntz has been up to the task. That was low and to the far post.
Blue City back line thought perhaps the run of Hoffman was offside to begin with. But Luntz did well to go to ground and keep that one close.
This is Chandler Hoffman's old team. 2 years ago, this was who he was playing for. He's getting chances to score tonight. I know he'd love to get his second goal against him this season.
Hoffman scored twice this year, once, as you mentioned, against his old club, Louisville City. The other time came last weekend on a penalty kick that earned Legion a point against Memphis. Throw coming for Mabiala and Legion. Fans, don't forget, you can find all the Legion FC information in one place. Download the Legion FC app on both iOS and Android platforms. That's the Legion FC app, the only app that says hammer down. Half hour left in this one. Louisville City firmly on top. Opoku taken down. Referee says play on. The counter is alive and well. Lovely run from Rasmussen. It's Spangenberg who has to come well off his line to send that away.
Well read by Spangenberg. Did a nice job getting out there early, reading the trouble.
Here's Laurent. Can he pick out a midfielder? He can. This is Johnson. Johnson over the top. Finds Hoffman. Hoffman surveys, cuts it back for Avila. Avila's back post ball, trying to find Williams, but Williams was making a run back towards the middle of the area.
Just a little too much on the surface, but a good attack. Legion FC have not hung their heads long. They've gotten themselves back into it, getting good possession and then good dangerous opportunity around the box.
Fans, the USL has unveiled its elite youth platform, the USL Academy, that allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Here's Kobayashi on the front foot, plays out wide for Culbertson. Culbertson's left-footed cross, trying to find Williams, who couldn't quite get there.
Another good service into the box.
Davis trying to get around Mabiala. Couldn't quite get there. Mabiala does well. Here's a touch for Opoku.
Davis thought he had a step on Mabiala, but Mabiala is the fastest player on this Legion FC team, and he showed it there.
Johnson trying to turn, now does so against Rasmussen. Picks up his head, looking for a run. Finds one in Hoffman, but the flag is up.
That was really tight. An early service over the top. Hoffman saw it, made a great run behind, and had a good first touch to bring it down, but the flag went up.
Sohn wasn't so sure, but Jennifer Garner was pretty positive of it. Her flag went up almost straight away.
Certainly no hesitation on the call.
Play restarted, looking for Spencer. And that's a foul as Mabiala is taken out. And Spencer gets a bit of a brief talking to from Matt France, who says no more.
Yeah, that's a tough play, and Spencer's a seasoned pro. He knew what he was doing there. A little bit of nastiness in that challenge. Mabiala was up in the air. Spencer didn't try to play the ball. He just stepped underneath him. And Mabiala is clearly feeling the effects.
Mabiala in some pain, but he'll carry on as Spangenberg forces him and the rest of the black shirts forward. Legion still pressing, still searching for that opening goal. So far they haven't found it, while the visitors have found a trio of them. Louisville City quickly restarts play on the free kick. Jimenez lost it against Avila. Here's Apoku. Apoku turns it inside, and here's the speed of Apoku on display. He works himself into space. Plays out to Johnson. Johnson dispossessed nicely. Well done by Davis, who tracked back to win the ball. Mabiala goes to ground and wins his side a throw.
And Johnson just took a moment too long on the ball. Looked like he wanted to cut in front of his man and go to goal. He just took an extra half a second before making the cut. Got dispossessed.
Fans, be sure to tune in Wednesday, May 22nd at 7 o'clock for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN News as league newcomers Birmingham Legion FC welcome Nashville SC. It's the week's best match on Game of the Week, May 22nd at 7 o'clock Central Time on ESPN News. First time Legion will be featured on the USL Game of the Week. No doubt happy to show off their new club on a national stage. Arguably the most successful expansion side in the Eastern Conference to this point. As Culbertson couldn't quite get there, Williams might have had a crack, but I believe he knew he was in an offside position. Another run from Spencer. Francis tried to pick him out. Spencer able to run it down, keep it in play. Now looking for support. Finds Masoso.
Great little touch and move right there. He's so quick. He's really a handful.
Masoso prepped at the University of Kentucky, as Mike mentioned earlier. Johnson held up a bit. Referee says play on. Here's Francis. Thought about uncorking a left-footed shot. Hollinger Jansen cuts it out. And Legion will win a throw.
We've got 4 Conference USA players on the field from their college days, but an interesting side note, the assistant referee on the far side, Tiffany Turpin, also a former UAB women's soccer player.
College soccer ties abound in this Louisville City Legion matchup. Of course, J.J. Williams also prepped at the University of Kentucky, like Masoso. Mabiala on the ball now, prepped right here in downtown Birmingham at UAB. Lovely one-touch pass there from Rasmussen. What form he's been in. Here's Mabiala now with space. Tried to find Hoffman. Those two not quite on the same page. Once again, Louisville City able to work out of Legion's pressure. Hollinger Jansen couldn't quite get there. Flag stays down. Here's Spencer. Cuts it back inside. Imco Sonic couldn't quite get there as Culbertson came up with a key interception.
Louisville City seems happy to soak up some pressure and then play some early balls in behind the defense. That was another really tight run by Spencer, right on the edge of being offsides. but obviously timed it just right. Culbertson did a nice job of cleaning up the mess.
Davis a chance to perhaps swing in across. Instead, he'll play short to Francis. Francis trying to head back to that corner. Hollinger Jansen having none of that. All the way back to the keeper, Lunt. Don't forget, Legion FC begin their first U.S. Open Cup quest this Wednesday, May 15th, when the club hosts Westchester Soccer Club at 7 o'clock Central Time. BBVA Cup is field gates open at 5 for pregame festivities. Get your tickets to one of the most exciting tournaments in American soccer at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. As that rolls into touch, Johnson and Opoku not quite on the same page. Not the first time we've said that tonight either, as Legion have struggled to connect, especially as they work towards the final third.
Definitely one of the challenges you have when you have so many injuries, new players in new positions all over the field. It's hard to have the timing and understanding. Every now and then a ball gets away from you, or you were sure that the player was going to check to you instead of away, and all of a sudden your team's having to defend.
Legion once again restart quickly. Avila not under much pressure, but looking for options. Here's Hollinger Jansen. To Williams. Johnson looking for Opoku. Opoku goes down. He and Swahi collided. Referee, no harm, no foul there, but now does blow the whistle against Kobayashi. Foul given, free kick coming for Louisville City, and a substitution as well for the visitors. As the goal scorer, Luke Spencer, will make way for Abdou Jam. And the captain had a lovely showing in downtown Birmingham tonight.
I think they couldn't be much more delighted. He's just coming back off an injury, so they're got the goal they wanted from him, 3 from the team. Chance to get him off the field before they push him too far. Let him build some fitness before you ask him to go 90 minutes again.
He gives the armband to Sean Francis. And we're ready to play on with a little less than 19 minutes left plus stoppage time tonight. And a match that Louisville City have controlled. Rasmussen trying to run it down against Hollinger Jansen. And a goal kick coming. Spangenberg wants to take it. Rasmussen thought he won a corner.
He thought he had, but I think referee got this play right.
Hackworth can't believe it. Not the first time he's been surprised by a decision. There was no touch there. There was certainly some earlier in that battle. That's played all the way back to the waiting arms of Lund. Fans, Birmingham Legion FC entrusts the care of its athletes to UAB Sports Medicine Team, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for patients of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a competitive athlete, come see UAB Sports Medicine so we can help you get back to your active lifestyle.
When we talked to Coach Hackworth earlier this week, he was pretty clear that he felt Coach Tommy Sohn had made change in the first game that caught them by surprise and changed the game and allowed Legion FC to go on and win the match. I think tonight he's going to feel pretty good about the tactics of his team and their performance, feeling like they've maybe redeemed themselves.
Williams couldn't quite connect with Opoku after a solid string of passes there from the Legion front line. And now here's the touch for Abdou Jam. Tried to find Davis, unsuccessful in that regard. Coach Sohn knew his side were going to be in for a challenge against a highly motivated Louisville City side. Certainly had plenty of experience, plenty of talent. And Legion have gotten all they can handle from Louisville City tonight and then some.
Louisville City are the 2-time defending champions. this is a top-class team. Even if their results haven't been exactly what they wanted early in the year, there's no question about the level of talent, the level of experience that they've got, the understanding that they've developed over the last few years. Legion FC will be disappointed with the result. There's no question about that. This is what they're aiming to build, and it takes a little more time to achieve this level. They've had their moments in this game. They're not done yet. There's still time to come back, but it's certainly been Louisville's match so far.
Hoffman couldn't quite complete the turn against Swahi, who wins Lou City a throw. And Mike, in some ways, Lou City is one of the model franchises in the USL Championship, what they've been able to build over the last few years, last few seasons, a run of sustained success. Coaching changed midway through last year, but the results seemingly stay the same.
They've changed a few players, they've changed coaching staffs, but the success hasn't changed. Clearly, this is a program that was built around a foundation of players and a certain philosophy that works for them. Whether you win one game here or there, results in soccer can be challenging.
Johnson's strike is headed away by Craig. Can Imco Sana keep it from rolling over the end line? He cannot. It's going to be a corner.
They may or may not win every match they play, but they've certainly built a program that has attained a level of success. They've got a recipe that's working for them. And I think Coach John Hackworth knew that the success was going to come. It was just a question of when.
Last Legion change is going to be Eric Avila, who makes way for number 96, Tyler Turner. Turner's made 3 starts so far this year for Legion. It's coming over from Orlando Seawolves, the indoor soccer. Long corner, not run down by Mabiala.
I would expect we're going to see Tyler Turner step into the center of the back, and we'll see Femi Hollinger-Jansen slide up top. And they'll play with another attacking player.
Turner has the capability to play both fullback and center back, and has come on as a sub in both places so far this year. Less than a quarter hour left tonight. So far, not much has gone wrong for Louisville City. The attack has been strong. The defense has shown some renewed strength. Ben Lute's certainly been a big help in that regard. Louisville City so far this year has been unfortunate to give up goals in bunches, it feels like. 3 of their 4 losses have come when they surrendered 3 goals or more as a foul is given there. They gave up 4 against North Carolina, 3 against Legion and Louisville, and 3 more against Swope Park on Monday. They only gave up 3+ goals 3 times all of last season.
In our conversation with John Hackworth, he talked about how they were attacking well but not finishing their chances, and that he knew that that would come. I do agree with you that it's been the defending that's really been a problem for them. They've given up way more goals than they have in the past, and if you're giving up goals, you certainly notice every missed offensive chance, and so I think they felt the pressure that way. Tonight they've been really solid in the back. They've given up 2 or 3 real chances, but not near as many as they have in some of their past games.
Abdou Cham runs this down, 1-on-1 against Laurent. Gets some support from Rasmussen. Tries to switch the play. Apoku comes up with the deflection. And now gets it back from Mabiala. Bit of space for Apoku to run into. Instead, he's cut down by Masoso. First start of the year for Napo Masoso. And Mike, you like what you've seen from the Kentucky product.
He's been really good tonight. I've had the unfortunate pleasure of watching him play throughout his career. He's never had a bad game that I've seen. Tonight, he's been very solid defensively, dangerous with the ball, simple when he needs to be. He's really controlled the midfield for Lou City.
Hollinger-Jansen went through the back of George Davis there, who gets up limping a little bit. See if Williams lofts this towards the area. He does. Turner got ahead to it. Mabiala sends it away. Been a tough night for the two forwards for Legion. J.J. Williams, Chandler Hoffman haven't had too many chances to write home about.
Chandler Hoffman had 2 good strikes at goal, both on target, both saved really well by Lund. I don't think we've seen a shot from J.J. Williams tonight. He's looking a little frustrated. He's gotten the ball in midfield, but he's not had many touches around the box.
Johnson trying to connect with Turner. Instead, it's given away. Jom holds up play, waits for support and options, finds one in Rasmussen. Johnson trying to run down that loose pass. Instead, Mabiala cuts out Davis for a Lou City throw.
Great tackle from Mabiala. Came through hard, got a 100% ball.
Certainly a physical challenge, but a clean one at that. You can slide a bit on this wet playing surface.
Players love wet conditions. It allows them the freedom to slide and get their full body weight behind a tackle.
Apoku takes the free kick quickly, finds Williams, or almost found Williams. Lund comes out to collect on the edge of his box.
He's not been very busy tonight, but what he's needed to do, he's done really well, really clean. Hasn't bobbled anything. Has made 2 really key saves for his team early to keep them in front.
Lund didn't start the opener for Lou City against North Carolina FC. A 4-1 loss for the 2-time defending champions. He's been in goal ever since, with the exception of that Swope Park match on Monday. Williams heads it into the run of Apoku, but he couldn't quite keep it against Williams as this heads towards the flag and will roll out for a corner. Fans Legion FC return to BBVA Compass Field Wednesday, May 22nd when the club hosts Nashville SC at 7 o'clock. Come early, enjoy festivities in the pregame plaza beginning at 5 and cheer on Legion. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. Back-to-back Wednesday home matches for Birmingham Legion between the U.S. Open Cup and the Nashville SC match. That's Wednesday, May 22nd at 7 o'clock. Corner finds the waiting arms of Lunt, who has been calm, cool, and collected with everything he's handled tonight.
With wet conditions, goalkeepers can feel the pressure. One slip, one little misplay can lead to a goal, but he's not had any of that tonight. He's been as solid and consistent as you could be.
Kobayashi thought about turning, instead plays it back to the waiting feet of Spangenberg. Williams was fouled.
I'm not sure why the referee has stopped play. J.J. Williams put the ball right back where he was fouled, had his hand on it to stop the play. Should have been allowed to play on.
Sean Francis a bit slow getting to his feet, but now is back and ready for action. There's Apoku. Playing out wide for Culbertson. Couldn't quite get it to him. Both these teams have matches coming up next Wednesday in the U.S. Open Cup. Birmingham Legion will take on Westchester. Louisville City gets Reading United. It's about to be a busy schedule for both of these sides. Mike, how do you balance U.S. Open Cup matches with your championship matches in between?
It's going to be the challenge for Tom Sohn. The Open Cup is something every player and every team gets excited about. You want to make a run and have a second opportunity to let everybody know what your team is about. At the same point, you just got some players coming back from injury. All of a sudden, you're asking them to play back to back to back to back. It can be a real tough physical challenge. And so I would expect we'll see a little bit more player rotation. Some guys who haven't seen as many minutes getting their opportunity on Wednesday. The league is always going to be the top priority, but you do want to have a strong showing in your first Open Cup match.
Louisville City prepared to make at least one more substitution tonight. Sean Tosh awaits on the touchline. Here's Daniel Johnson. Picks up the run of Opoku. Opoku against Swahi. Opoku cuts it inside. His right-footed shot is off woodwork. Johnson is on the rebound. Still Johnson, edge of the area. Lovely strike from Opoku, just couldn't find the frame. This from Kobayashi is wide.
Really unfortunate. Made a great move, cut inside to his right foot. I think he caught the defender by surprise using his right foot and smashed it off the far post.
That would have been the first goal of the year for Opoku. Just couldn't quite curl it in. As Louisville City do indeed make their second change. George Davis will exit. Sean Tosh will come on. Tosh started on Monday against Swope Park. He's made 7 total starts in this 2019 campaign. 27-year-old started his USL career with Rochester Rhinos. Played 2 seasons there, won 1 USL title. Came over to Louisville January of 2017. Tyler Turner took a high elbow, and he will draw the foul call as he went up with Abdou Jam, and it's Turner who remains down, holding his head.
I think he caught an elbow to the side of the head. He went up higher than anybody expected him to. As a smaller guy, put himself right at elbow height.
Turner having words with our referee, Matt Franz. He did look like he caught a bit of an elbow there from Jam.
No question he caught the elbow. I'm not sure if he was having words with the official or with Jam afterwards. But he certainly wasn't happy with the play.
First touch for Tosh. He tries to loft one over the top for Jam, who's in a foot race with Mathieu Laurent. It's Laurent who's forced to play it into the Magic City Brigade. They've brought the noise tonight. Louisville City's brought some supporters out as well. These two clubs separated by about 5.5, 6-hour drive up I-65 as Hollinger Jansen is whistled for the foul on the challenge on Rasmussen. It's Hollinger Jansen who's down.
This has been a physical match. That's not unusual in a wet field, but both teams have beat on each other pretty good. There's going to be some players feeling it later tonight and tomorrow.
Looked like just a stray hand caught Hollinger Jansen in the face. No harm meant by Rasmussen, who's been one of the standouts for Louisville City this evening. Although you can't really point to too many white shirts and say they've played a bad contest. Visitors have been excellent more or less all over the park.
They've been mistake-free. They've finished the chances that they did get. They've controlled how the flow of the game was played. There really isn't a lot for them to be unhappy about.
Culbertson was moving forward, but the referee has whistled back play for a man down. And it's Lucky M. Kosana who's holding his right knee. Kosana scored once tonight. And he went down almost immediately after that contact with Culbertson.
Culbertson wasn't happy with the play being stopped. I don't know if they hit knee to knee. Looked like M. Kosana came into the back of Culbertson. But he definitely became the one to, yeah, that looked like knee to knee as he tried to wrap his leg around.
Saw Rasmussen there turn to the bench and tell them to get a sub for Imco Sana. He didn't think his forward would be able to continue. And quickly, Louisville City spring into action. Looks like it's Mahanan who's going to come on.
Kosana's been a handful tonight. You hate to see any player helped off the field, especially the last few minutes of a match.
So Imco Sana gingerly will make his way off. And Louisville City will make their third and final change. Pat McMahon comes on, taking out lucky Imco Sana, who scored one of the 3 Louisville City goals tonight. McMahon, the Illinois-Chicago product, is in his second season with Louisville City after spending a couple of seasons each with Rochester Rhinos and FC Cincinnati. This is his third appearance of 2019. As we are in our final minutes of action tonight, we'll see how much stoppage time there is from our 4th official. I'd imagine at least 3 or 4 minutes based on some of the stoppages we've had in our second 45. Stoppage time is brought to you by UAB Medicine this evening. And it will be 5 minutes of added time in this one.
Unfortunately, that injury time is because of injuries today. We've had a lot of guys in on hard tackles, a lot of players laying on the ground after tackles. Both teams have felt physical abuse that soccer can deliver sometimes.
Here's a Poku. Right-footed ball away, but only finds the near post and Ben Lutz. Louisville City have had a couple of guys banged up. Birmingham Legion had to make a change at halftime. Zachary Erivo started in central defense. Made way for Femi Hollinger-Jansen. We don't want to speculate on why Erivo had to leave, but as a first-choice center back, don't expect he would come out of the contest if he was not dealing with some sort of injury. Here's McMahon, who tried to beat Kyle Culbertson unsuccessfully. Turner and Johnson. Turner over the top for Apoku. Flag stays down. Eddie Apoku, and a lovely play by Paco Craig. It's those kind of plays that have earned him USL accolades over the last couple of years.
Great last-ditch effort by Paco. He was in trouble, but did a fantastic job at throwing himself at the ball and just got it away before anything dangerous could happen.
That's headed away by Masoso. Mabiala to restart play on the throw. He does so quickly to Apoku. Poku against Tosh. Tries to split the defenders unsuccessfully. As Mabiala comes in roughly there, and that challenge is indeed a foul on Abdou Jam.
A little bit of a push from Mabiala as he recovered. He could have taken one more step and gotten goal side, and it wouldn't have been a foul. It's late in the game. He's tired. He just wanted to stop the play.
As it stands right now, Louisville City are going to be a few points off their blistering pace they set last season, where they took 22 points from their first 10 games. Assuming they take the full 3 tonight, they'll be on 16 points through their first 10. But nevertheless, collecting their 5th win of this campaign tonight. And with big matches coming up against St. Louis and Charleston, both teams that are sitting above them right now in the Eastern Conference table.
They've got lots of time to catch people. They've got lots of games in front of them with the teams that are in front of them. I think most mostly Coach Hackworth is going to feel like they got the goals that they've been missing. They got the clean sheet that they've been missing. They've gotten some players back on the field that they were missing. It's really been a good night, especially when you're playing on the road. I think it'll be a nice celebration in their locker room following this match.
Encouraging signs for the Lou City Club and its supporters. One of the best supporter bases in the league. And they've been rewarded with an excellent showing on the road tonight.
Perhaps a little bit of the warning to some teams that are in front of them that they're not done yet. They have not given up hope, that's for sure.
Legion, meanwhile, have a tough stretch upcoming after this one. Matches against Nashville and North Carolina, two teams that have been very, very good in this USL Championship so far. Legion gonna have to hunker down and make some adjustments going forward. Try to take points off some teams that sit above them in the table as well.
They're gonna be disappointed with tonight's match. They're gonna look at the games in front of them and know that they've got even more of a challenge coming up. But they've been successful on the road. They've been successful at home. They've scored some goals. They maybe haven't been as consistent as they'd like to be. Tonight, 2 of the 3 goals they gave up came off of turnovers in the defensive third. If you take away mistakes, you're in every match and you have a chance. So I'd be shocked to see them be too disappointed and change what they're doing. I think they'll be frustrated that they gave one away and didn't compete a little more than they did tonight.
Full-time, Louisville City, the two-time defending champions, put in a championship-level performance tonight. 3-0 the final score from downtown Birmingham. And a quality night for John Hackworth and his Louisville City side as they commanded this contest from start to finish. There you see the coaches exchanging handshakes. Certainly one bench much happier than the other. And it's Louisville City who exact revenge on a Legion side that surprised and shocked them in Louisville about a month ago. They return the favor on the road and pick up a full 3 points this evening. We'll take a timeout, wrap this match up when we come back.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
Welcome back to BBVA Compass Field. Both sides make their way slowly off the pitch tonight. It was Louisville City in command this evening. 3-0 the final score over the home side Birmingham Legion FC as we get a look at the final numbers and notes from this one, Mike. And Louisville City, we mentioned, dominated the stat sheet in the first 45. Not much changed in the second 45.
Second half, a few more shots and a few more chances for Legion FC, but the game was controlled by Louisville City from start to finish. They certainly had the kind of game they were looking for. Legion FC know that they've still got some work to do.
As you look there, 55% of possession for Louisville City. They outshot Legion 10-8 and put more shots on target and found the net 3 times this evening. As we look at our final highlights from the night. It started with Rasmussen's strike in the 6th, as Louisville City operated on the front foot early. Goals from Emko Sana and Spencer followed, but this was the strike that got things going, and Mike, from then on, Louisville City kind of had a feeling it was going to be their night.
It came off of a turnover in the defensive third, but Rasmussen took it really well. Emko Sana battled and found the second goal of the match there, and then a giveaway right at the edge of the box that Spencer finished off nicely. 3-0 the final result. 2 of the goals coming off of turnovers.
Legion had a few chances as well. Chandler Hoffman had 2 of them in particular, but nothing found the back of the net as Louisville City were able to keep a clean sheet tonight. Fans, this copyrighted broadcast is owned by USL Productions, LLC. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, in any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent and permission of USL Productions is prohibited. From downtown Birmingham, it was all Lou City tonight, and that is all we've got for you this evening. For Mike Kevin, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long. We'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.